Last week, I pounded some posts in. I wanted you to see me do that. I put some T-posts in. Now I'm putting the fence up. It's a temporary fence. It's not something that's going to be here, you know, for 10 years. A year, I'm hoping maybe 2, and then I can move it. So it's pretty temporary. We have it on a reel, and I want to show you how I do that. I'm going to reel it out. I'm going to hook it up, and then we got to put some more support. The T-posts aren't enough. I put the T-post in to make it solid, and to put it like where it turns a corner or whatever, you need something nice and solid. So that's what we're doing. I'm going to reel out the temporary fence. I'm going to hook it to the post, and you'll see that, and then I'll shut down and I'll show you putting some of the temporary posts in. So here we go. Figure out what I'm doing. This is designed.
Do you ever figure out what you're doing?
No, usually not. It's temporary, and I use them all summer long. It's because you reel them out, and then you can reel them back up. You reel them out again, set them up again. It works out pretty slick. Right away, I got to show you this particular post. I didn't really screw up, but I kind of screwed up because, as you can see, it's going to be pulling against the pin. I should have had the post the other way around, so it pulled against the post. But it's not making too harsh of a corner, so it's not too bad.
Sasquatch in the woods.
All right. All right, and I go to a wooden post in the corner because I need some nice solid post, and it is pretty solid, but I could actually only get it in the ground about 2.5 feet. I ran into a big rock. I moved it 3 different times and I gave up. Anyway, the way this rope works is it's a rope. It's a nylon rope, but it's got metal woven into it, so that's why it conducts electricity. And it's pretty stretchy, and I've gone quite a ways, so I'm going to want to tighten it up. But I'm not going to want to make it so tight that I break it. And it doesn't have to be like a barbed wire fence. You always said you want fiddle string tight because it stretches over time and it sags. The same thing will happen with this a little bit, but because it's so flexible, as long as you have it up fairly well, it doesn't seem to sag as bad. Imagine if a deer, well, usually if it broke it is when you'd have a problem, but otherwise it's not too bad. When I don't know if you watched me earlier when I did the reels, I wrapped it around the hook and hooked it down there. That's because I wanted this hot to conduct electricity. That's where I was picking up my juice, because on the other end, I've got a dead handle. On the end of this, I actually just tied it to the fence because that's where I'm picking it up. So the juice is off right now. If it were on, this would be hot. Well, that's what we do. And we're gonna put a few other posts in to kind of help support it. Alrighty, I'm going to put some center posts, if you want to call them, in between the T-posts in. They're a lighter post. They're not as tough. I made it up to here yesterday as far as my fencing. It's a little over halfway. I use these fiberglass posts mainly because they're a lot cheaper. You can buy insulators for them, plastic insulators to go on there, but in my experience, every time a deer or anything hits them, they go flying, and then you don't have any insulators on. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and drilled a hole in there, and I drive them in the ground and I wire them to them. And I can use the wire because the fiberglass post itself does not conduct electricity, so it's not as short. Obviously, when it's turned on, the wire's hot, but I don't have to worry about it because of the fiberglass post. It's the cheapest option, and as far as the insulator goes, to me, it's the best option because I don't have to worry about deer taking it down. If a deer hits it hard enough to, you know, break the post or something, well, it's probably going to break the fence. So anyway, so I'm going to put a few in here, show you how I do it. I'm going to split the difference between these two T-posts. You go on the ground pretty easy. I basically adjust where the fence goes and how far down I pound the fence. So that's about it. And then you just literally take it and wrap the wire around this wire. And I can go several times. Makes a nice solid post out of it, for as solid as it can be. There, done. I've got 30 of these posts. I went to Fleet, which I could probably talk all day about Fleet and how it's failed me over the last few years, to buy more. They didn't have any. So what we're going to do on the other end is I'm going to put some black plastic posts that I already have. I bought them because they were a little cheaper than my blue posts for my temporary fencing. They work, but they're stronger, but they're more brittle. In other words, they're tough, they stand hard, but if something hits them, they break. So I don't really like them. They don't work as well. They're harder to get the wire out of underneath. So I don't mind putting some of them in here and leaving them for 2 years. And we'll see how they hold up. I'm afraid, like, if the deer hit them, because they're a little brittle, they may break. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on them. But it's what I have. I didn't want to have to wait for Fleet to get these ordered in. I have no idea when they're gonna. I could have looked around and got more. I maybe in the future wish I would have, but I can finish today by using the posts I have, and that's the plan. So we got another 9 posts we're gonna put in, and then I'll show you. We'll put some of those black posts in so you can see what I'm talking about. And then this fence is done. And then as soon as they're done marching on the bales, I still have to separate them because I got the bales lined up. But as soon as they're through the bales, which is gonna be in less than a month, I'm gonna take that fence down and they're gonna be able to come up here to this fence here. I'll have to haul them hay, but I have to haul them hay anyway. So I figured there's no reason to, cut them up in a line or put them in any kind of specific pattern. I'll give them the whole thing. And they'll chew on this until spring. And then obviously we'll get them off and hopefully some grass and stuff will grow. And then through the summer, we'll march them through. So, alrighty, I'm gonna keep putting posts in. All right, I ran out of the other posts, the black post that I was talking about. These are posts. Like I said, they're pretty sturdy. The thing is they're kind of brittle and they break. So this would be a good place for them. And they'll work. They hold the fence up. That's all we're really looking for. They step in the ground and you hook them up. All righty. Sometimes when you're running fence anywhere, but particularly up on a hillside like this, at one time, who knows when, there was a washout and washed out here. I had to put a post in the middle and bring that fence down, otherwise the animals would be able to walk right underneath it. But in doing that, then it makes it really short on both sides. So I had to come and add a little piece of fence to make sure they don't go over the top of it. So, and I'm actually surprised this is the only place on the hill I had to do this. But I had to do this here, otherwise I'd be having cows just stepping over the fence. So, but sometimes when you're farming, you gotta use your head a little bit, I guess. Just figured you'd find that interesting. Have to see it. Things don't always work out the way you want them. You gotta kind of, roll with the punches as it goes and make do. All right, this fence is done. Ready to turn cattle up to it as soon as they're done marching on the bales. That'll happen in about a month or so. All right, we're gonna go to the gym from here. I'm hoping to have a little better workout than last week. We'll see. I should be doing some kind of chest. I gotta get Susie to get me pumped up and get me going. So we'll see you at the gym. All right, we're at the gym now. I'm gonna do some chest today. I'm kind of waiting for my bench to open up. There's somebody on it, so I'm gonna do just a few things to kind of warm up. I'm gonna do this for 3 sets real quick, 3 sets of 10 to 15. If the bench doesn't open up, then I'm gonna jump on to some dumbbell incline flies, which maybe isn't such a bad thing because I'm kind of always stuck in a rut. I do things the same.
Yeah.
So maybe mix it up a little bit, it won't be so bad. So I'm gonna do 3 sets here, and then we'll move on.
So you're using a new piece of equipment.
This is the one that Caleb and I use the other day. Right, I was gonna go do dumbbell flies, and there's like hardly anybody in the gym right now, which is great. But it just so happens to be that everybody that is in the gym apparently has got the same idea I do, because I need a bench to do the flies, and they're all taken, the freestanding benches. So I'm gonna do another warm-up set here. We're gonna do, it's called pec deck. Here, oops, I gotta adjust it. The way it's standing, by the time I get warmed up, I'm probably going to be burnt out. I'll do 2 more sets of them and see if a bench is open.
Doesn't know I'm taping him, but he's warming up. He got his bench. So he's a little happier now.
Alrighty. I'm gonna go heavy today. I say heavy because the last 2 times you see me bench, I was at 2 1/4. I've lightened it up for like a month. So it's gonna be interesting to see how strong I really am. This is nowhere near where I should be, but it's probably gonna be a struggle for today. So 853, and we're gonna do 275 for 8.
What's up, guys? This is Sean, Lights Out Friday, February 16th. Lights Out Extreme Bike Return in Long Beach, California. You can get your tickets now at lightsoutxl.com. And we'll be live on Football Sports at 7 a.m. Pacific. If you don't have football, make sure you
It's amazing how quick your strength goes away. I mean, it's been about a month, but that should have been easy. I felt heavy. Couple minutes rest, and we'll go up 20 pounds to 95. Okay, by 5, 295. Cross fingers.
Step on it, Brennan. I was just about to use that. You can use it, it's fine. Still step on my plate.
But working on your relationships isn't easy, and sometimes you need a little support to navigate the most difficult and challenging parts. And that's where therapy can help. BetterHelp offers convenient, affordable online therapy. Start the process in minutes and switch therapists anytime with no charge. So many different relationships in your life. Give them all some love with BetterHelp.
Couple minutes.
Visit BetterHelp.com/happy.
Alrighty, 315 by 3. We'll see how this goes. Here we go. I'm gonna jump up. I'm gonna cheat it. Instead of going up 20, I'm gonna go up 30. I'm gonna try to get 45, which may be a mistake, but I think I can get it. Okay, 45 for 1. I think I'm gonna get it. But if I don't, Susie's gotta drop the phone and save my life. So, here we go.
He better get it. Oh, he did get it.
That's crazy. Well, 2 months ago, that was 50 pounds heavier. Went up about the same, so. Oh well. Work our way back up. Next. Alright, we're going to do some incline presses. I haven't done them in a while. Work the upper chest a little bit. Try something a little different. See how it goes. I'm going to go heavy. I'm going to do the pyramid, but not super heavy because I haven't done them in a while. See how it goes. I'm going to do 8 right here, 2 1/4. $245 by 5. All right, $265 for 3. I'm sure you notice if you watch, but the hardest part about this exercise, for me anyways, is getting up off the rack, getting started. Once I'm up and I'm moving, it's not so bad, but getting it off there, sometimes it's nice if you got a spotter that can help you. Today I don't have that.
No, because she's filming.
Because she's filming. That's right.
Can't have everything.
Well, a man tries, doesn't he?
It sure does.
Maybe I'll bite it off the next time. Maybe I can get my buddy Rich to come spot me. Yeah, one way or another. Where are we going? All right, I got a friend of mine. He's going to spot me. This is Rich Vaughn. Mainly, he's going to help me get it up off the rack. He's going to save my life if I can't get it too. But like I said, the hardest part is getting started. So Rich is going to save me, and Susie's going to film it. I hope they ain't got anything going, or this might be the last thing I do. Oh, you. Thank you, Rich. Very good.